Hey, how's it going? If you're new here, my name is Jan and I love makeup. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. Today's video is episode 81 in the Throwback Thursday series I'm doing using old makeup. Not oogie old, just not talked about old. And today's palette of choice is the Nomad Hudson Valley palette. I used this a couple months ago for like a summery look. But I want to use it again now. Yesterday I decorated for fall, which you can see like my little pumpkins back there. I don't have a whole lot of fall decorations, just a little something to make me feel less like impending doom with winter and all of that. So I just went through my videos and watched some of the looks that I did with this palette when I first got it and all the things, and a couple of things happened. Shawnee and I met because of this palette, and I thought that was like, oh, very, very cool. I'm glad to have that memory tied to this palette. And then I thought, you know what? I really want to use that apple cider shade, the red one, again, like all over my lid. I think that could be pretty fun. So I'm going to put on some shadow shields, zoom you in a little bit, and we'll get episode 81 underway. Okie dokie, you're all zoomed in. I'm going to take my Refer 28 right into that red apple picking shade. Did I call it apple cider earlier? I don't know what I called it. But that is going to go on pretty much everywhere. My whole lid, up into my crease. I think I might end up using one of the orange shades to blend it out. I like my red eyeshadows to stay red. I don't want it to turn pink when I'm shooting for a red look. So blending it out with some orange should help it not turn pink. So I think this is going to be incredibly simple, but impactful. I'm getting fallout because I'm really packing this on pretty heavy, which is why I decided to leave my face naked when I did this look. Sometimes I can do my base first and be careful and not get fallout, but not all the time. So pretty. All right, this is where we are. I know, looking a little nutty, but I'm gonna take our Refer 13, which is a really tiny fluffy brush in the orange shade called Fall Festival. And I'm gonna use that just along the edge and blend and blend and blend until it looks nice and smooth and exactly how I want it. I'll just cut out all the blending portion because that gets boring. You know how to blend. It's the same thing over and over. Tiny little motions, little circles, little windshield wipers, little circles, little windshield wipers. Okay, so this is where we are right now. I went in with apple cider. No, apple picking. Why do I keep calling it apple cider? Apple picking, and then Fall Festival right there to blend it out. Now I think I'm going to go into Farm to Table way over here for some depth in the outer corner. I don't want to really change the color. I just want to add the depth, and I really like a dark brown for that. Black works really well too, but this just, oh man, this palette I feel like is one of my favorite Nomad palettes. I think it is so good. Like each shade individually on its own is just lovely. I feel like you really have to like orangey, red, and green shades. But if you do, I mean, look at that. The difference between a little brown and no brown, I think, is stunning. So I'm going to do the same thing to this eye, and then I'll go off camera and, you know, make sure everything's blended and looks the way I want it to. I'm going to do the rest of my face, probably go with a bold lash because, hey, I've got red eyeshadow on, so why not? And then I'll come back, show you the final look, and we can wrap up episode 81. All right, I'm back, and this is the finished look. Let me zoom you in for an up-close reconnoiter of the eyes. And now I'll zoom you out, and we can have a quick chat before we wrap this up. Okay, obviously, if you can't tell by my face, I am not mad at this eye look. I think it looks so cool. I really like red eyeshadow, and I clearly paired it with a red lip. I'm not sure if it's exactly the right tone of red, but I'm gonna go with it because it's fun and I can. I love this palette. That red might be the best red matte I've ever tried. I just love this palette. It's so good and so fun, and like, I don't know, you just, with the mattes that you know you can just put on and they're gonna look good, that feels pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with this look. I'm very excited to wear it for the rest of the day. As for the rest of my face, if you're interested, real quick, I'll let you know my foundation, if you will, is the number 3 Yummy Skin Powder Balm thingy from Danessa Myricks. And then I've been doing this for the last several times of my makeup. I go in with my darker Wet n Wild Incognito concealer around like my more pigmented spots. More pigmented, is that a word? My more pigmented spots, like around my forehead, my chin. And then I use my lighter shade for my T-zone and under my eyes. And I'm really liking how it looks. I like how it wears. It doesn't look heavy on my skin, but it gives me enough coverage that with a look as strong as this one, it all kind of balances. My T-zone setting powder is the by Terry. I'm loving this itty bitty little thing. I probably wouldn't repurchase it, but I really like it. I'm glad I'm using it. And then from the perimeter of my face, I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury in shade 2. Again, really liking it. My finishing powder is the Sephora Micro Smooth in 33 Honey. Really like this. Obviously, why would I be using products I don't love? My bronzer is the Glowish in 04 Deep Tan. My blush is the BH Cosmetics Shockwave Powder Blusher in Caribbean Sunset. This is the one that has like the orange a shimmer with a pink base. It's so pretty, and I thought it was pretty darn perfect for this eye look. My highlighter is an oldie but goodie. It's the ABH Amrezy highlighter. Do you still have this? Did you ever have it? Do you still use it? It's old, but it still works and doesn't do anything funky to my skin, so I keep using it. My lashes are the Iconic Lights, and then my lip is a combination of this Urban Decay red lipstick in, maybe it's Unbreakable. I'm not really sure. It's red. My lip liner is the J Cat in a dark brown. I like lining my red lipstick with a dark brown. I think it kind of tones it down a little bit, but also doesn't scare me as bad as trying to line with a red liner. And then I went over that with my orange gloss from Unearthly. This has a shade name, Psych. I have used this so much. I'm shocked by how much I love this gloss. And that is everything on my face, I believe. I think so. You'll have to let me know what you think of this look. And this palette, are you pulling it out for the fall? Did you get it last year when it was released? All the things. Yeah. It's so cool to have memories tied to makeup-y bits, especially, you know, good ones like This Is How Shawnee and I Met. So Anyway, that's episode 81, done and dusted. Hopefully you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Either way, I appreciate you hanging out with me today. Be good and remember to be kind to you.